Did you know that Mr. Bean almost died in a plane crash? Here are 10 facts about Mr. Bean. We all know him as Mr. Bean, the clumsy yet lovable character who rarely speaks but never fails to make us laugh. But did you know that Rowan Atkinson, the man behind the legendary role, is nothing like his famous character in real life? Behind the scenes, he's an intelligent, well-educated, and incredibly private person with a fascinating life story. From engineering to luxury cars, from near-death experiences to shocking Hollywood rejections. Here are 10 surprising facts about Rowan Atkinson that will change the way you see him. Number 1, he has a degree in electrical engineering. Most comedians start their careers in theater or stand-up comedy, but Rowan Atkinson took a very different path. Before becoming one of the most recognized comedians in the world, he was studying electrical engineering. Yes, you heard that right. Rowan graduated with a degree in electrical and electronic engineering from Newcastle University. But that's not all. He later pursued a master's degree at the prestigious University of Oxford. During his time at Oxford, he discovered his true passion for comedy. He joined the university's drama and comedy clubs, where he developed his unique style of physical comedy. Who would have thought that a man trained to design electrical circuits would instead become one of the greatest comedians of all time? Number 2, he has a fear of public speaking. This might sound ironic, but Rowan Atkinson actually has a fear of public speaking. Despite being a global comedy icon, he has always struggled with speaking in front of large audiences. He even admitted that he used to avoid interviews and live speeches as much as possible. This is one of the reasons why Mr. Bean speaks very little in the TV series. Instead of relying on dialogue, Rowan perfected the art of visual comedy, using exaggerated facial expressions and body movements to communicate humor. And clearly, it worked. Mr. Bean became an international sensation without saying more than a few words. Number 3, he nearly died in a plane crash. In 2001, Rowan Atkinson found himself in a terrifying real-life situation that could have ended in tragedy. While flying in a small private aircraft with his family, the pilot suddenly collapsed mid-flight. With no previous flying experience, Rowan had to take control of the plane. For several minutes, he struggled to keep the aircraft stable. Just when things seemed hopeless, the pilot miraculously regained consciousness and was able to land the plane safely. Talk about a real-life action hero moment. Who knew that the man famous for playing a bumbling fool was actually capable of staying calm under extreme pressure? Number 4, he owns an insane collection of luxury cars. Rowan Atkinson is a hardcore car enthusiast. Unlike Mr. Bean, who drove a tiny yellow Mini, Rowan has a passion for high-performance luxury cars. His collection includes some of the rarest and most expensive cars in the world, such as the legendary McLaren F1, Aston Martin V8 Zagato, Rolls-Royce Phantom, and even a Bentley Mulsanne. However, his most famous car, his McLaren F1, was involved in 2 serious accidents. Despite the damages, he later sold it for an astonishing $12 million. That's more than most Hollywood celebrities would pay for a mansion. Number 5, he almost didn't get the role of Mr. Bean. Believe it or not, Mr. Bean almost didn't exist. When Rowan Atkinson pitched the idea of a silent, slapstick-based character to TV producers, many of them were skeptical. They didn't believe that a character who barely spoke could be successful. But Rowan was convinced that his idea would work. So he performed a short sketch at a comedy festival in front of a live audience. The response? Absolute laughter and standing ovations. The producers changed their minds instantly, and that's how Mr. Bean was born. Just imagine if they had rejected him. Comedy history would have been very different. Number 6, he was almost Jack Sparrow. Here's a mind-blowing fact. Rowan Atkinson was once considered for the role of Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean. Before Johnny Depp was cast, the producers briefly considered Rowan for the role. However, Rowan turned it down because he felt that the character didn't suit his comedic style. In the end, the role went to Johnny Depp, who transformed Jack Sparrow into one of the most iconic movie characters of all time. But can you imagine a world where Captain Jack Sparrow was played by Mr. Bean? That would have been interesting. Number 7, he voiced Zazu in The Lion King.
I'm here to announce that King Mufasa's on his way, so you'd better have a good excuse for missing the ceremony this morning.
Many fans don't realize that Rowan Atkinson was the voice behind Zazu, the uptight hornbill in Disney's The Lion King. His distinct voice and perfect comedic timing brought the character to life, making Zazu one of the most memorable parts of the movie. It just goes to show that Rowan Atkinson's talent goes beyond just physical comedy. He can also deliver brilliant vocal performances. Number 8, Mr. Bean only has 15 episodes. Despite being a worldwide phenomenon, the original Mr. Bean series only has 15 episodes. That's right, just 15. However, due to its massive popularity, the character was later adapted into movies, animated series, and even a stage show. Number 9, he may never play Mr. Bean again. In recent interviews, Rowan Atkinson revealed that he might never play Mr. Bean again. He said that playing the character is exhausting and that he wants to focus on other projects. It's sad news for fans, but Mr. Bean's legacy will live on forever. Number 10, he was pulled over by the police. Even though he's known for his funny and goofy personality, Rowan Atkinson has had trouble with the police. He has been pulled over several times for speeding, and in some cases, he almost lost his driving license. And that's it. 10 surprising facts about Rowan Atkinson. Which fact shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more amazing content. See you in the next video.